So you read the title properly, Why I Quit Dropshipping. That's a fact. I did quit dropshipping, and it's not like I gave up and said, oh, this doesn't work. I have a very good reasoning for why I actually stopped dropshipping. I think it may help a lot of you guys if you're lost, if you are wondering what else is there to e-commerce, what other ventures are there to, or what other routes are there to venture off into. What things can I potentially do with, if I make a substantial amount of income with dropshipping, where can I go from there? So in this video, I'm kind of going to explain my current situation as to what I've done, what I did last year, mistakes I learned, and then moving forward this year, what I'm accomplishing and what I'm taking action on, because it's a pretty interesting situation that I'm in. So I'm kind of just going to walk you guys through exactly what it is that I did. And I drove with my top down, so sorry if my hair is a little messy, because I think I'm getting rid of the M3 today, which is cool because that'll mean I'm getting a new car. So I'm not positive about that, but we're going to get into the video. So to make a long story short, I stopped dropshipping because I'm a very deep thinker. I've been a deep thinker my whole life. And over the past year or so, I've just constantly had this a little bit of a roadblock in my head, or something in my head has been telling me for the past year, yes, dropshipping makes you money, but do you want to die with a lot of money and not be confident that you satisfied all of your customers? Do you want your customers to know you as someone who took care of them, or someone who ran a somewhat sketchy business that made the owner a lot of money but kind of didn't treat the customers as properly as they should have, or as I should have? That was something I've been dealing with for the past year. And I'm being honest, it was in my head, and every time I made sales and stuff, it was hard because it's okay, well, now they have to wait for maybe a few weeks to get their product. And I hate that that was a thing, because Amazon, you're used to getting your product tomorrow or even today, same day as you order it, which was hard for me. Because again, like I said, having money is great, but when you can create a brand that is, number one, making you a shit ton of money, but more importantly, taking care of the customer, that's when you have a good conscience. That's when you can go to sleep without feeling like you're ripping anyone off. For myself, last year, I scaled many stores to over $100,000, and I didn't front face any of the brands because I was scared to. I was I don't know if I want to do this. And I had some people find out my personal information that were from my brand, and they were unsatisfied with my products. And this is me being honest. Not a lot of people will talk about the downsides and issues they've faced with dropshipping. This is myself. You guys know me. I do YouTube, and I talk about dropshipping, about how it's been so cool and stuff, but this is me coming clean and explaining the situation. So there were bad scenarios that happened to me. So like I was saying, there are difficulties that come with dropshipping. I face them. All of my friends have faced them, and I kind of said enough is enough. Last year, I had the plan to get inventory for one of my stores that I scaled to 6 figures a month. And I was going to, but then our store got shut down before I was able to do that because we stole content from another store. So that was tough, but that is basically what I didn't like about dropshipping. Was I was not content, and I wasn't excited to front face a brand because I knew my customers weren't all satisfied. Obviously, not every customer is going to be satisfied with any product you sell. You're always going to have maybe a few people who are I don't really like this. But moving into this year, and I don't like setting New Year's goals. I'm not saying since it's 2020, new year, new me. It just happened to play out like that. I bought a product. I'm not going to say what I bought. I bought a product last year, end of last year. I was oh my God, no one's selling this. There's no one's branded this product yet. It's just a product. And it's not specific to men. I'm not saying it's something specific to men, but it just happened that I bought it. It's a very generic product. I bought it and I was oh wow, no, there's no brand for this product. It's just generic. I could probably brand that and sell it. And then I was well, why don't I? Because I've been wanting to get inventory in and have my store branded and offer 2-day shipping as a thing, because that will satisfy so many more customers than having 12 to 20-day shipping. So that's basically what I did. I ordered inventory for a product, literally just one product, and I started selling the product. I had done no research besides I bought it and I was I could probably sell this. And so now I'm selling the product. Our first 2 days, we did $1,200, and we've spent around $200 on ads, so it's going substantially well. So I'm kind of going to get into the pros and cons of dropshipping compared to branding a product and branding a store, because I think it's very important for you guys to understand where you should go when you come up on money. The end goal shouldn't be dropshipping. It should be building out a brand that you're comfortable with talking about and comfortable. Like, here's something I always talk to myself about, and I'll probably repeat this. I was never comfortable having a friend order from my website. I know I'm not trying to profit on them, so I would give them discount codes if I were to do that. But like, for example, I had a girl product last year that was super sick. It was to the point where all the girls I knew wanted the product. And I was like, I wasn't comfortable with sending them my link and having them buy because I knew it was going to take them like a month to get the product. And I was like, that's not acceptable. I'm not comfortable with doing that. Same with my family. I was never comfortable. This is hypothetical. If you're not confident in having your mom or dad shopping at that store and like having a good experience, how could you be confident in selling to anyone? Because if someone's buying the product, it's most of the time going to be someone's mom or dad or someone's son. And I just want to make sure everyone's having a great experience with shopping with myself. So that's why now I'm just so focused on giving the customer a great experience, having fast shipping times, having affordable pricing. So with dropshipping, there are so many benefits. You have a low barrier to entry, meaning I could literally start a dropshipping store right now with $100 and probably make $1,000 if I was very creative with it. I'm pretty confident I could. I actually have a case study coming out, and it's probably going to take a week or so because the fulfillment center for the product that I'm using is taking ages to ship out the product. But I'm probably going to publish a case study showing you guys step by step how to generate a shit ton of money with a low budget on dropshipping. So low barrier to entry, very, very easy to start with low capital. You also have the ability to test so many products. Like if I really wanted to go through a ton of products, I could test 10 products in 1 week and see what works. It's super simple to test a ton of products. So one thing I do definitely lack with having a brand is I don't have the ability to scale super quickly. So I have to wait for inventory to come in from my suppliers to myself to get fulfilled. And it isn't until I have the inventory in the US that I can start shipping them out, which means I have to wait a lot longer to scale. With a dropshipping store, you automatically have access to so much inventory to where you literally can just scale a store in a few days if you would like to and get a ton of sales. But with inventory, when you're holding inventory, you have a limited amount of inventory, so you can't hypothetically scale to like 10,000 units a day. That's a big number, but you couldn't scale to that if you didn't have that much inventory, which is simple, but that's a big con. It can make you a lot of money. Dropshipping is very profitable. I've done it for the past few years and it's super profitable. So again, I'm not bashing dropshipping. I'm just saying this is what happened in my head and this is what's been going on. So I'm now gonna go over the cons. I have a big list on my phone of everything, so I'm gonna gradually read this off. One of the big cons for dropshipping is you have slow shipping times. So this is a debatable topic. Some people say 12 to 20 day shipping. Some people work with shipping agents that are able to get them like 7 to 12 day shipping. That's still a long time, guys. Amazon can fulfill your orders in 1 day and you're comfortable doing like 12 to 20 days. I am not confident with that. That's why I'm no longer drop shipping. But here's the thing, when you don't have a US supplier or when you're not running your own fulfillment center, which is tough to do, I wouldn't recommend everyone does it. And I wouldn't recommend everyone does branding until they know how to find winning products. Until then, do drop shipping. I'm just saying why I've switched, because I now understand how to find winning products. But now that I do have a store that's running off of inventory that I'm holding, I can offer 2-day shipping. I can get a package to someone in 2 days. And I don't give them free 2-day shipping. I upsell that. So I think my standard shipping is like $6 for 5-day shipping. And my 2-day shipping, I believe, is $8. So that's $6 to $8. So that's a $2 difference. But I charge free shipping. I do free shipping for 5 days, and I upsell 2-day shipping for $6, I believe. It's something like $5 to $6, which means if someone opts in for 2-day shipping, I make a few dollars off of every person that does that because I've already calculated in like $6 into the product cost, which is huge. So that's something a lot of people are missing out on if they are just drop shipping. You can't upsell fast shipping. I've heard people, one person on the internet, I'm sure you've seen videos. I don't like the person. I'm not going to mention their name. They talk about like express track shipping and all that stuff. And they were saying how like, oh, it's just an idea. You can sell an idea. And I've worked with a person and he was saying that stuff. And now looking back, it's like you're kind of scamming people into thinking they're getting anything different for paying for express track shipping or express shipping when they're not even getting anything different. It's not ethical in my opinion. And yes, I'm sure maybe a few months ago or a year ago I used to say this to do that, but people change, and my mindset has changed a lot on branding and e-commerce and the goal for a store. So that's why my opinion has also changed. Another big con for dropshipping is the inability to brand a product. You can't get a logo on a dropshipping product unless you have good connections with suppliers. And even then, it's still tough. It's definitely doable. I know someone personally, he's one of my close friends, who has done this with the store, and they scaled it massively to the point where they were making a lot of money, like multi-six figures a month. And it went well, but the issue that they still had was shipping times, because when you scale, there's a lot of difficulties that come with dropshipping, and one of them was branding. It's just very tough to get your logo on a product without ordering a ton of inventory, which is a big thing for a lot of people. Because if you want to build a brand and someone buys something, let's just say from Apple, they expect an Apple logo. If they buy it and it has nothing on it, it looks like a generic product, then they'll probably have a hard time building out the brand long term. Building repeat customers, also, that's a big one. It's very difficult to get repeat customers when you're dropshipping because personally, I've shopped with, let's just say I'm buying clothes. If I'm buying a t-shirt from a company and I order it on let's just say today, it's the 4th of February, and I don't get the t-shirt till the end of the month, I'm not gonna refer my friends to this website because they would have to wait like 26 days to get the product. I'm probably not gonna shop with them again because I would have to wait 24 days to get the product. Now, on the flip side, if I was branding a store and I had US inventory and someone ordered, got the product in a few days, liked the product, maybe I had a different product that was similar on my store that they also wanted, and I emailed them a discount code, they would be more likely to buy than if you're doing a dropshipping store and you're sending them a discount code after they've bought. Because in their head with the branded store, they're like, this person took care of me, they valued me, they gave me fast shipping, and therefore I may still shop with them. So the customer return rate is way higher with a branded store than a dropshipping store. With dropshipping, you also have a higher customer email rate. Customers email in a lot more because we live in and I'm just being honest, I'm just literally analyzing how we live and translating it to you guys. We live in a time where people track their orders like literally every 30 minutes when they're expecting a product. So for myself, even when I order on Amazon, let's just say I order protein on Amazon. So when I order protein, I check, oh, cool, I can get it tomorrow. So I place my order and I'm checking throughout the day because let's say I ran out of protein. So it's like, okay, is it going to come at 11 a.m., noon, 1 p.m., 2 p.m.? I check periodically throughout the day to see when exactly it's going to come. So a lot of the times tracking is delayed when you're coming from China, when the products are, and it's tough to track, which leads to a ton of emails in when people are like, oh my God, where's my package? It's been 2 weeks. That's going to take another section of your business that you'll have to outsource or delegate or do something. If you want to hire people to manage emails, that's kind of another headache. Yes, with the brand, I still have to manage emails, but the emails I get are way different than I've gotten with dropshipping stores. For dropshipping stores, it's like people getting pissed off at me and they're like, oh my God, where's my product? And for my branded stores, they're just asking simple questions like, oh, I can't actually say any because it'll give away the product, but it's very simple questions like, oh, can I get a discount code for my next order, or like stuff like that. Very simple, rather than like, F you, where's my product? It's not anything like that. A big thing also is conversion rate. Yes, you can have a great conversion rate with dropshipping. That's definitely possible, but your conversion rate will always be higher if you're able to offer a fast shipping. If you're able to say, hey, if you order it today, I can get it to you by this week. If you order it on a Sunday, we can get it to you by Friday. We even have the option to get it to you by Tuesday. When you have that as an option, your conversion rate will naturally go up a lot more than if you say, hey, look, you ordered it on the 10th, we'll get it to you by the end of the month. And I'm not roasting dropshipping again. I'm just being honest. Like, this is what I've analyzed for the past 6 months to a year and taken note of, and I've dealt with myself. I've been dropshipping and I've been doing a branded store, and this is just my opinion. Another big one, and I'm going on and on about this, just bear with me here because I hope like you guys understand why I'm switching into branding. There's a lot of benefits. I'll go over the pros and cons of branding after this. With dropshipping, a con is there's no quality control. You're relying on a supplier to check your product and make sure it's good quality and send it out for you. The issue there is they don't really care about your customer. They don't care much about you either. They just kind of want to send out inventory and get it out of their warehouse as fast as possible. And I've dealt with this where I have customers that email in and they're like, hey, my product is broken, or this is missing a part, or something along those lines. Or they'll literally send me pictures of the product and it's broken. That happened last year when we scaled one of my stores to 6 figures. I had customers who were sending me pictures of my product and I was like, that's what they're sending you? Like, that's what my suppliers are providing you? Because yes, it was the product, but it was just, there was no quality control. I could tell like the product was not up to par with what they sent me for my test orders, which was tough. And that was definitely something that was just like, you're relying on someone else that's way out of your reach to manage the quality of your products that you're sending to your customers. So that's something that I had a hard time with, and I think that's a big con. Often, dropshipping stores are also perceived as scammy. So when you have a generic product that has no logo on it, you kind of come off as a scam in today's perception. That's how it's kind of been for the past year, which is tough. Obviously, when people check like, oh, 3 to 5 week shipping time, we ship out from China, like all that stuff in the shipping page or the FAQ page, that's a big sign that consumers actually look at. Like I've been with girls, I'm not saying been with, like I've been in bed, I've been, let's just say at lunch, and girls have been on the phone with me, like on their phone scrolling through, and they'll click a product and they'll be like, oh, but they have like, this is a scam. And I'm like, why is it? Because I know why they think that. But I just want them to go through and show me the process. And normally it's like, they check the shipping times. They're like, oh, this is just from China. This is like a lame China store and it's not like a legit one. I'm like, well, what makes a legit one? And they're like, well, it has fast shipping times and it's brand, like it has a logo. Like, and then they go on about how the product is normally just a generic one, blah, 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 stuff like that. And I'm not making this up. Like, this has actually happened. The last thing that I said was a con. I already said this. You probably wouldn't want your family to shop on your store because they'll have to deal with these long shipping times. And sometimes, if you're being honest, do you reply to all your emails, your customer emails? I'm sure most of you don't, and if you do, good ups to you, like good job, but most people don't, which means if you don't and you have long shipping times, I'm positive you probably wouldn't want your family shopping at one of those stores. I had my grandpa got scammed last year on a store where they were selling like this huge fire pit for like $200, and he ordered it and never got it, and I was like, that sucks. Like, but someone is running a dropshipping store trying to, like, obviously that was a scam, they never fulfilled the orders, so that sucked, but that's someone running it, and that guy has a dad, and I'm sure if he actually thought of it like I just explained, like, okay, well, would I want my dad shopping on this store? Obviously not, because it's a scam. So just know that. That's always something I keep in mind, which is amazing, because like I have a brand now, and I really don't care who orders from my store. All orders get fulfilled either same day or next day, and they get to the buyer within like 5 days, which is just amazing. I'm so hyped about that. So we're gonna get into brands, pros, and cons, and this is a longer video, but this is a lot to cover because it's a big turning point in my entrepreneurial career with what I'm working on and stuff along those lines. So I think you guys should be informed on it. First off, I want to give a little thing as to what is branding. Again, branding is basically, in my opinion, branding is when you're able to order in a product, get it branded with logos and stuff, have custom packaging, have a good overall customer experience, have a website that clearly portrays the fact that you're not a dropshipping site. You have custom content, you have all of that stuff set up to a T, then you're just kind of like starting off on the right foot rather than starting off on a sketchy foot, like using other people's content and stuff like that. So that's a part of branding. Like branding, you can go on for probably like 30 minutes. I probably could, but that's, to sum it up, it's like having a product that is not generic, that you put your logo on, and that you have a great website and a great customer experience. The pros of branding, you can build a cult following for your product. Think of Supreme. Supreme would not be where they're at if they were dropshipping. Because they couldn't. They wouldn't have the logos and stuff like that. They have a cult-like following because they have a product that they source in-house, or that they fulfill in-house, and they have the cool plastic bag with the box logo when you shop with them. They have that cool bag, and it's a cool customer experience. Plus, it has the limited supply overall idea in consumers' heads, when in reality, they can print as many box logo shirts as they want. They sell limited quantity of all of their stuff, and they have releases, which means they have a cult following, because since they have limited releases and limited quantity, the customers are like, this product is hot and it may sell for more money, but I feel better wearing this brand than a Target brand shirt, simply because I know I'm wearing something that not everyone has access to. And that's a cool thing that you can't do with a dropshipping store, because it's very generic and the product can be sold like anywhere. Repeat customers with branded stores are very, very normal. You can have a way higher repeat customer rate or customer return rate than a dropshipping store. And I've already went over that, so I'm just gonna skip over that one. The ability to upsell fast shipping, like I mentioned, I upsell two-day shipping and I profit an extra few dollars every order. It increases my average order value, and it can get the customers way more satisfied because of the fact that they now have the option to get their product in just 2 days, which is nuts. Like, I'm so hyped about that. Quality control. So for example, when I have people that are packaging the orders and shipping them out, they have the ability to look at the product and verify that it's a good product. If the product's defective or broken in any way, they can toss it or keep it to the side, and I'll send it to the supplier and they will send me a new one. And that is that. I have good quality control because it's in-house, and I'm able to have people manage it properly and make sure I'm not sending out garbage products to my consumers. Another great thing is I'm able to dominate basically anyone else who tries to sell a product similar to mine that's dropshipping, because I get to offer 2-day shipping. And why would someone wait for the product for 20 days when they can get it in 2 days? Also, I get to sell my product for way less than you have to, because you're getting it at an upcharge price, because you're not getting the product directly from the supplier. If you're dropshipping, you are getting it from a supplier who is connected to a seller who has listed on AliExpress. Normally, that's what you're doing, and then someone has the connection with the supplier, so they're selling it. Let's say they're getting the product for $10 and they're selling it to you for $15. They're making $5 on you, and then you sell the product for $30. And let's say I buy it directly for $10 and I sell it for $25. I have the high ground because I get to offer fast shipping and a lower price. So that's another big thing that I love about having inventory. You're confident in your product. This is a big one. I'm able to sleep at night very, very nice, like a baby, because I don't freak out about having my customers figure out like my address or who I actually am, so that they can come burn my house down because they're not satisfied with their product. I'm super hyped if someone buys from my store. And I DM a lot of the people on my brand's page and say like, yo, appreciate you ordering, blah, 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 blah. And I interact with them because I know they like the product that I sell, and I know they are happy with it. Rather than having them wait so long to get the product, where once they get it, they're like, okay, well, I'm glad it's not a scam, but I'm not at all satisfied with the product because of the fact that it took so long to get there. So that's a good thing. I get plenty of nice sleep because I'm not freaked out about having upset customers. Okay, so I mentioned the pros. Now I'm going to mention the cons. Number one, there's a high barrier to entry. I think this is a pro. People who don't have money think it's a con, but I like it because it allows me to it allows, I guess, the industry to filter out broke boys who can't invest in an actual brand that values their customers. I'm being a little dickish, but what I'm saying is like, it allows me as a business owner to run a store that's legitimate. Now, people who are running dropshipping stores who don't have a ton of money can't do a branded store, which yes, that sucks for you. And I'm being honest. I was joking in the beginning a little bit, but like that is a big difficulty, that you have to have a lot of money to start it, but that's also something you should work up to. So start a dropshipping store, build up the capital, and then look into branding a store and building it out long term. Another big con, you have to hire a fulfillment team and get potentially a warehouse or even a house and just use a garage or something. That's a big thing. Last year I had people hired on for a certain store that I was running. I had inventory, I had people fulfilling my orders and all that stuff because I was remote. I think I was in Arizona at the time, and I had my whole system running in California where people were fulfilling my orders. And then the product stopped selling for a reason that I won't get into in this video, but that sucked. And then my workers were like, well, what do I do now? And now I still have that inventory. The inventory is sitting. So that's a big thing. That'll move into another point. You have to invest into inventory, and you risk holding inventory and not being able to sell it, which sucks. It's happened to me. It's happened to a lot of my friends who have tried to do a branded site. I think people would be shocked with the amount of products that I order in bulk and that don't sell well. It's pretty funny because there are a lot of things that I think will work and they don't. And I'm never, ever upset by that. I know that not every product I sell is going to sell well. I understand that. My camera stopped filming because I had to delete some footage. But I think what I was saying was you may get stuck with inventory. I've had probably like 6 products that I've ordered over $10,000 worth of inventory that sat. And that sucks. But on the flip side, this brand that I'm starting right now, so far my margins are 50% profit. So you don't need to focus on your losers, just make sure you keep moving and eventually you'll find a winner. But that's a big con. On the flip side, you risk selling out of inventory way quicker than you expected. So here's an example for myself. I didn't anticipate to sell this many units of the product I'm selling. I had ordered in a decent amount, and right now I've sold out maybe 30% of my inventory, and I didn't anticipate that. So I now I'll probably sell out before I can even order new inventory, which means my store will not be able to make sales for a few days, probably actually for a week or two, because I have to wait for my suppliers to get back to work, because the coronavirus has set me back a week with ordering inventory, which now means that that's, I guess, sucks for me, but it happens. But yeah, you risk selling out of inventory, and then you have gaps where you don't make any sales because you don't have any products to ship out. So that's a big thing. Another thing, you can't scale as big as you want. Like for myself, I have a limited amount of inventory. I can't scale past that many sales because I don't have enough products to ship out. So that is a big thing, because I am not allowed to sell products, again, I don't have. For me, that's kind of the main pros and cons I see with dropshipping compared to branding. I think that the branding pros and cons outweigh the dropshipping pros and cons by a landslide, but it just depends on what your outlook is on e-commerce and just business in general right now. If your main focus is like, I just want to make money, make the money with dropshipping. I've done that. I did that for 2 years. It didn't take me until like my third year where I realized, yes, money is cool, but when you have the brand that looks badass and you are confident in it, and you can actually talk to people, and you're comfortable with like having a conversation about what it is and what product you sell and showing them the quality of a product, all that stuff, I think that's way better. I personally just enjoy it way more because then I'm not scared to talk about anything, because I know my shit's badass. So that's kind of my video on why I stopped dropshipping. I'm not saying it's a bad business model. I'm personally just saying, for my current situation, I don't need to dropship. I ordered inventory, the product's selling well, so I can continuously sell it. I have no need to dropship anymore, other than I probably will still do it for YouTube videos. I have a case study coming out where I order a product, or not order it for myself. I'm going to, well, it's in regards to dropshipping, like with a very low budget. I think less than $100 is probably what it's going to come out to. So that's pretty badass that I'm going to do that. But I'm not going to dropship other than really having to film YouTube videos for you guys and creating cool little challenges where like, oh, trying to scale a store this much with just dropshipping, or like spending a minimal amount on ads to generate this much money, stuff like that, just for fun. But I have no need to run stores to generate a substantial amount of income for myself. It's again just going to be for you guys to make cool videos. So that's kind of an update on what I've been working on. I know I've talked about like, oh, I have inventory all around me. The amount of inventory is getting smaller and smaller every day, but I'm overall excited that I'm stopping dropshipping and just focusing on building out a brand. It's super exciting. I'm able to exit the company if I want in a few years. If I build it up and it's still running, I have the opportunity to exit, and I would be confident with exiting and selling it to someone because I know it's a cool brand. But if I had a dropshipping store, I've tried to sell them, and I normally can, but it's like I can't get crazy money for them, because normally people realize like dropshipping stores are very difficult to exit rather than having a sick brand. So and that's just, I think that's kind of my opinion, that part on the exiting. But yeah, I guess let me look at my notes. I think that's a little bit. Here's one thing I want to talk about, and then I'll end this video because this has been a long one. With a brand, you're able to, again, like I said, build a following on Instagram or whatever platform and sell to them. Now that's cool. Running ads is cool, but dropshipping focuses on running ads every day to generate sales. When you brand a store and brand a website and brand an Instagram page and grow a cult-like following, you're able to generate money without even spending money on ads. I'm not saying like never run ads. I'm saying you can run ads for a certain amount of time. Once you've built up to a certain amount, you can only run retargeting ads and still generate like thousands of dollars a day. So yeah, that's kind of where we're angling our brand at. We want to build up a big following, and I'm saying I'm talking about myself. I own it 1000% by myself. But like I was saying, I'm mainly focused on like building out the customer base and having tons of people just know about the product, and then building out a following so that we don't have to run a ton of ads every single day. Because again, right now I'm only running retargeting ads, and I'm running a different type of marketing that a lot of people aren't doing. I may talk about it in the future. I don't want to yet, but yeah, let's just say The ROAS is sick. Like right now I'm at a 6 ROAS. We're at $1,200 in sales and $200 ad spend. So 6 ROAS. Let's go. And again, we're still testing. So like I think this is day 3 of the brand being active. But other than that, I think that's about it for this video. Hope you guys did enjoy. I hope it was insightful. I had a lot of people asking me about this because today I kind of roasted a lot of dropshippers on a post I did. It was a video of like my 5 to 7 day shipping or 2-day shipping. And I was like, you guys say you value your customers, but you really, like, how can you when you offer 12 to 20 day shipping with a little throw up emoji? I thought that was funny because it's very true. And then I showed a video proof of like customers buying my product with that amount, like with fast shipping. And it's true, like you really can't say you value your customers if you aren't giving them the best possible customer experience that you can offer. So that's my take. That's why I'm not dropshipping anymore. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like the video, or else I may have to, I really don't know. I was going to think of a funny phrase or like a reasoning as to why you should like it, but I don't know. I'm out of ideas. I'm tired for today. Smash the like button. Comment below if you want to say what's up. I'll reply to all of them. Again, smash the like button, subscribe. Did I say like the video? I don't think so. That's about it. Like the video, guys. Completely kidding. Hope you guys have a good day though. And yeah, run up a brand store if you are able to. If you don't have the capital, run a dropshipping store, build up money, and then pivot. And that's kind of it for this video. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.